Okay, tomorrow I commit myself to creating a thumbnail before I push live on this thing. They always make you take a picture first, and I just don't. Okay, so welcome back to the Strategic Stripping Podcast. My name is Valeska Bloom. The topic is going to be very brief. It's 4:10 in the morning, and I'm a little bit sleepy. I'm not that sleepy, but I still have a lot to do before I go to bed. The Five Love Languages. So this is a book that my brother told me about when I was really young, and I was probably like 13, 14, 15, something like that. And I was like, I have no desire to read a book called The Five Love Languages. And he goes, no, he was like, it's not just about romantic relationships. He was like, it's about all relationships. You can understand something about it from all relationships. And I will absolutely say you can 100% apply it to stripping for sure. And I did regularly. So the premise of the book, after you hear this, you won't need to read the whole book, in my opinion. I don't even know how this is a whole book. People show and receive love in different ways, in 5 different ways specifically. Acts of service. I should use my headset for this. My dog's in here, but acts of service, gifts, words of affirmation, quality time, and physical touch. So, for example, they give love and they receive love, sometimes the same way, but sometimes in different ways. So let me give you an example. I thought that mine was gifts. I thought that mine was acts of service for a very long time. My sister's is gifts. I thought I was acts of service. You can have like one dominant and then one very close second. I thought that it was acts of service because I loved when people did stuff for me. I just thought it was so nice. Like, basically, like, you come home and someone's washed your car or something, or your boyfriend's washed your car or whatever. Like, he didn't have to do that. There was no necessary reason for it, but he did it. So just random stuff like that. I always thought that was my thing because I just thought it was nice. Now my sister, on the other hand, hers is gifts. So if you were to get her anything, literally anything, it wouldn't matter what it is, she would be very happy that you thought about her. Like, I don't know what it is, the psychology behind why she likes it so much, but I mean, you could literally get her a card, like, get her anything, and she is just happy that you got her a card or whatever. Now, mine's acts of service and hers is gifts, and remember, this isn't just a romantic thing. Let's say that I do a lot of stuff for her. Like, I help her with XYZ or whatever. But I never buy her anything. Or make her anything. It doesn't matter what it is. You don't have to buy something. It could just, any kind of gift. It could be a flower. It doesn't matter. If I am doing stuff for her all the time, and because my love language is acts of service, and that's how I feel loved, but hers is gifts, and I'm always doing things for her, she just won't feel loved. She won't feel like I care about her. So, that's a really fascinating thing to know about somebody. To find out what somebody's love language is, I think is really, 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 really important, because if you really care about somebody, but they don't understand and they think they're showing you that they love you like all the time, but they don't understand how this works, it can fuck up your whole relationship. Like, oh, he doesn't care about me because he doesn't tell me how much he loves me all the time. Well, maybe his is acts of service, so he shows you instead all the time, or, enough or whatever. I find this extremely important. Now, I will say, so the other is words of affirmation. It's like the easiest one ever. It's, telling someone that you care about them all the time or whatever. It's so easy. I mean, I think it's easy. I'm really good at giving people compliments, though. After that is, well, I mean, there's no order, but quality time is another one. And so that's like if you went to dinner with somebody. Okay, if I went on a date with somebody and they were fucking around on their phone, that would be the only date we went on. So I'm not even necessarily a quality time person. Well, if I'm spending time with somebody and they're not giving me their full attention, we're not going to be spending time together again. Like, that's just, I mean, but that's probably because I'm also super introverted and I just don't hang out with many people. So quality time, is really being with someone, instead of like you're both at a restaurant and you're both on your phone or whatever. And the last one is physical touch. A lot of men get this one confused and they think that physical touch is their primary. but it's not necessarily. It can be, you know, it could be any of the other ones, but because, you know, men are just wired differently, they think that it's physical touch. Now, I actually thought that mine was acts of service until I had a few different boyfriends that couldn't give me a massage to save their life. And it wasn't even necessarily the aspect of like getting a good massage. It was like the fact that they weren't paying enough attention to give me a good massage pissed me off so much. I've broken up with 2 guys specifically for that reason. So, and I fucking told him, you know, I told him, whatever. So that's it. That's going to be the whole lesson. Acts of service, words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, or gifts. Find out what yours is. And it is a terrific book, Max. I just saw your comment. Find out what yours is and find out what your partner's is. Or your family. It doesn't matter who it is. Just find out, you know, if it's someone you care about anyway, if it's someone that you want them to be in your life, you know, find it out, because it is really important, because you could think you're showing someone that you really care about them and they don't actually feel like you care about them at all. So it's kind of crazy, but it seems to be the truth in every relationship I've ever witnessed or been in or whatever. That seems to be true. So I'm not going to go in and talk. I'm going to go. So I hope that everybody has a great night or whatever it happens to be, and I will talk to you some other time. Ciao.